WLUK-TV.com and check out some photos, check out some videos, keep tuning into our newscasts, but we can do our best to show you the scope of the damage. Well, why don't we start with this sign here? Just bent right, not quite in half, but a 90-degree angle, or 45-degree angle rather. We are in the Graceland Cemetery in Mayville, and just taking a look around, you can see the sheer scope of the damage. Stuff coming off of homes, metal portions of roofs, trees snapped at the trunk. We're gonna walk you through the cemetery a little bit and just let the scene breathe and really let you see the scope of this damage. As of last night, one person injured and no residents of Mayville had died. Unconfirmed if that's still the case. We haven't heard, rather I haven't heard or talked to any city officials this morning, but that's encouraging if a storm that was capable of all this damage, the worst it's done is one injury and some damage to homes. You know, we always say items can be replaced, and that's certainly the case. So you get a big look at this tree here down in Graceland Cemetery in Mayville in Dodge County, and cleanup has been going on all morning. We got here about 5:30 this morning, obviously have been here since. And trees like this have been worked on. And take a look at this, folks. This is right up, taller than I am, just ripped right out of the ground due to that storm from last night. So we'll continue showing you the scene here. If you're just joining us, thank you. We appreciate you tuning in. We are in Mayville and Dodge County, checking out the storm damage from last night's storm that ripped through. We know other parts of the state were affected as well. Our thoughts are certainly with everyone who was impacted. Talked to a lot of people this morning, just kind of gauging their reaction. One gentleman and his family were safe in their basement. They said they heard the sirens go off and they immediately went down. He actually went back up to see what the storm looked like, sounded like, what he could see outside his window, and was so frightened that he immediately went back down, which obviously is a smart move, very safe to be in a place that is gonna hopefully protect you a little bit more. We talked to another gentleman who was at work, said there was no basement, so he was just kind of watching the storm right as it went overhead. Thankfully, he was safe. Their home was a little bit affected. He said his mom is quite distraught, but giving you a good look at the damage here in Graceland Cemetery in Mayville following Thursday evening storm. We're just gonna let you guys kind of take this in, because this is just one part of the city that has been impacted. Trees down everywhere you turn. We can't even show you the worst of it this morning. We'd have to walk about 6 or 7 blocks, but if you go to our website, you can see photos. You'll see video from the worst of it in David Go's story on our website from last night, of trees just collapsing on roofs, porches, patios, full roofs completely blown off. The line of this storm just following perfectly through Mayville, really on each street that the storm passed over. The damage contained to just a few blocks. It's not citywide, and it kind of sneaks up on you. On Main Street, you drive through, at first it appears like there wasn't a storm at all. Next thing you know, you're on a new block, and now all the damage just kind of hits you in the face. And I'll tell you what, folks, what has been really, really special to see is that everybody woke up this morning and just started helping. The city was out incredibly early, cleaning up, getting debris out of the road, sawing up logs, trees. There are power lines down. We've now seen linemen working to restore power and get those lines back up. We've seen neighbors going house to house, asking, is everyone okay? Is everyone accounted for? How can we help? People bringing skid steers, chainsaws, shovels, bulldozers, axes, whatever they may have to help their neighbor. And actually the gentleman we spoke to who said he was at work when the storm hit had said that that's been really special to see this morning. So again, if you're just joining us, we're in Mayville, in Dodge County this morning, checking out the storm damage. from last night. We are in Graceland Cemetery. Unfamiliar with the layout of Mayville, I will admit, so I unfortunately can't give you a great idea of where the storm, or where we are rather, in relation to the city, but you can follow the path, just clear as day. Cuts right through town. Not everybody impacted, fortunately. The ones that are, we are certainly hoping for a speedy cleanup, hoping everybody was safe. Pets, cars, children, parents, everyone in the family accounted for. But you can just see that this damage has really spread across the whole cemetery. Branches down, limbs down, trees just snapped right in half. A mess, no doubt. We always like to say that when a storm hits in the evening, you really don't see the true amount of damage until daylight hits, and that was certainly the case this morning. People out, people working, cleanup going on, a tree down everywhere you look, and a familiar sound all throughout Mayville this morning as chainsaws working to cut up some of these trees. And look at this, look how large that tree is. Just snapped right through the center. Think about the sheer power that a storm has to have, how fast that wind has to be going to take something like that down. So folks, walking you through Graceland Cemetery in Mayville this morning, giving you a look at the damage left behind from Thursday evening's storm. A lot of cleanup going on this morning, a lot of damage left behind in the form of power lines, power poles, roofs gone, windows broken, trees on cars, trees on homes. But everybody working to help out and get this cleaned up. We don't know how long cleanup will take. I'm not even going to begin to estimate how long cleanup will take. But we certainly hope that we do not receive more news of any injuries or deaths as people wake up and we get the true scope of the damage that was left behind. But I mean, stuff just blowing all over. There is a kiddie pool behind this tree. Who knows where that came from? And this large limb just laying across this gravestone. Stuff you don't want to see and stuff you don't want to wake up to, but it happened and now we start the cleanup process. We appreciate you sticking with us. We've been here all morning on Good Day Wisconsin, and I apologize we can't give you a true walk around the entire city and show you all the damage. You'll have to head to our website to check that out. But that's all for now. To the people of Mayville, stay strong. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And to the people who weren't affected, count your blessings, because obviously not everybody is lucky.